rolling. It's 2020. I'm starting some new videos and podcasting. But first interview that I'm gonna have today is one of my longtime brothers, friend, student connection we've had for a long time, Joesph. He's been around for a while too. Right behind me, I guess you can say. But I want to ask Joesph couple of questions and tell a little bit about how he started, all the martial arts he's done. I know he's done way more martial arts than I have done. So I mean, I want to see what Joesph can tell me about his story.
So you're flipping the script now.
He's flipping it over. He did it on me, so we're gonna flip it over, and then after that, I'm gonna have some other questions that I'm gonna have for him to ask. So come on, Joesph, let me know. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing or what's going on with you.
So where do you want to start? Back when I started.
Tell me when you started. Yeah, let's start there and let me know.
So I started training, really boxing. My family did a lot of boxing. We had speed bag pretty much in the backyard. I grew up with that. My uncles did it. So we kind of picked up some of the sport from there. And my dad was in Vietnam when he came back, took Taekwondo, showed me for a while, but formally, so I learned like since I was a kid. As long as I can remember, I've been doing some kind of fighting, but formally lessons, 1980. I started taking Taekwondo with Javier Monroy in Brownsville. Still there. I still talk to him. Still go visit him. But then I left. I went to join the military, raised my hand, and then my friend Johnny, Robert Quaid, had a school in Brownsville and one in Port Isabel. He said, why don't you teach the one in Port Isabel? So I taught, and I loved it. I loved being by the ocean. And he said, why don't you stay? I said, man, I can't. So I basically said, I'll be back one day. Took 30 years, but I made it back to Laguna Madre. Anyway, so my dad would call me up, hey, you get the black belt yet? I said, no, I make an excuse. I don't have the money. I'm on a Western Union. That's like before wire transfer and all that. I'm on Western Union, you need the money for tuition. Anyway, then I moved. The Air Force sent me from LA to Phoenix, and he called me up. I said, I don't have the black belt, but I got your airplane ticket. Anyway, a long story. That was my first black belt in Taekwondo. And then, anyway, I started working. I got out of the Air Force, started working in Houston. I started taking at this school. It was really a lively school. It was like a lot of good energy. Nothing like, well, they had some kickboxers, but it was called Bushiban with Zulfi Ahmed, who's a fantastic businessman. He's got like 14 schools worldwide. Real nice guy. Still talk to him. So I got my second degree in his system there, and then, but by that time I opened my school. So then he introduced me to Morio Higona. So if you look up the History Channel on the Human Weapon series, he's one of them. I mean, phenomenal. So I took Okinawan Goju, which is old school. I think it's more like Muay Thai because we did a lot of bone to bone, kicking the legs, hitting your forearms just to get yourself tough. So I got a third degree in that, and I got tired basically of sending the money to affiliations. Well, you're in Taekwondo, you got to learn the Korean culture, send the money to Korea. The Okinawan, you got to learn the culture, send the money to Okinawa. I said, well, what about my culture? So I started to study a little bit about the Aztecs, and there was this guy here in Brownsville. He's I'm not connected to him or anything, but he kind of started this idea, and he made up some stuff, and it's more like lucha libre, and I won't even give you the name, but anyway, he's a professor here in the college, I think, Lozano. But anyway, so I decided to claim my system and give it a name after 30 years of training. So I teach karate, and then some of the jiu-jitsu in that system, and then in 2004, I wanted to take Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I opened this big school, man, a really big place.
You did.
High rent, high electricity bills, like $4,000 a month, $1,500 electricity bill. So I said, man, I gotta fill this place up. I'm gonna go like jiu-jitsu, grappling. So I booked Joesph Gracie, and I noticed that there was a guy in Brownsville, Johnny Garcia here, who was a Joesph Gracie affiliate. So yeah, man, my house, your house, come on down. Man, I think I'm not. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the first class I ever took was like at the end of it, Bull in the Ring, and it was a small place that you had in Boca Chica. Yeah, man, I think it was like maybe like half, and it was been like 25. This was the place. I mean, nobody was doing it really in the valley that I could find. It was just this guy, his school, and I don't know, Johnny. It was packed. I want to say it was like about 25 guys in that little place, and I think I lasted like 2 rounds, man. I'm like, I'm good, man. I thought I was gonna throw up. It was one of the hardest workouts I ever had, but I'm glad I did, man, because met this guy, went our several ways, got hooked back together, and got things going really good now. And it's really one of the best things that I've done. Hooking back up with Johnny and growing jiu-jitsu, not just in my area, but now with Brasa, South Texas, and now Empire. Johnny's been a big part of that push, so that's what's going on really now.
Well, let everybody know, where are you located exactly? I know it's Port Isabel. Yeah. And your neighboring is right next to the island. I mean, it's great stuff. Yeah, it's a great place. I mean, you're there. You're the first guy there. I mean, where are you at? What's the address there?
Yeah, it's SPI.
Hook up with you.
SPI BJJ is 134C South Shore Drive West in Port Isabel. It's directly behind the Tropical Home Furniture Store, right there in Port Isabel, the main drag, the main light. We're open pretty much Monday through Sunday. We have private lessons. We teach karate, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's an MMA class on Fridays. I teach some Tai Chi. Then we have a ladies fitness kickboxing class.
There you go. That Tai Chi sounds great. I need to go out there and do some Tai Chi.
You got to slow it down.
Hey, 2020. Any new events? Any new ideas that you can share with us and for the guys? All humans watching this, and that you can share with us that are coming up for you. Anything that you can share out there for us?
Well, in 2020, we want to continue on a couple of fronts with the Brasa organization has continued to do what we've been doing, is event marketing with January 4th. We're doing the kids open mat here at Garcia Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu right here in San Benito, and that's 11 a.m. to 1, I think, on January 4th. And we're doing more things like that. I talked to that guy Luis. I don't know if you want to go out there and do something like that. I think that might be worth it. That way he can kind of put it on his schedule, the jiu-jitsu. And then other than that, Sub FC, we have our 34 super fights that we're hosting in Austin, February 15th. And other than that, I think we're going to do some other things, like a striking seminar class I want to do. I haven't got the date down. I'm going to talk about next Friday, but we might have to push it out a week or two. So that's what's going on there. I really want to grow this school, my school, Empire. I want us all to keep having the meetings that we've been doing and get people in and let them see what jiu-jitsu is all about. But at the same time, continue to grow ourselves, black belts on the mat and black belts in the back office as well, including management, sales, marketing, and really leadership.
I agree. Let me ask you another thing. Us older guys, I'm not going to say all the ages. Yeah, I can just tell you that he's
I'm older than him.
Older than me, but nutrition, the way you eat, do you take supplements? Are you on steroids?
No, I'm definitely not on supplements. I can tell you this. It makes a big difference. Johnny can tell you. Johnny is really big into conditioning. He's one of the best places to train and get in shape, really quick. I know he has a conditioning class here too. But nutrition-wise, I feel it, especially at my age, when I eat more plant-based diet, man, more the darker green, the better. I always feel like I can recover faster. And when I'm not, I'm not saying I eat bad, but when I don't eat as good, nutrition's a big deal because I feel the aches, the pains. It's harder to bounce back. I think you know that. We have more days. I just can't do 7 days a week.
No.
Rolling anymore, so I have to pick and choose, and I have to pick and choose who I roll with. I have to warm up a certain way, and if you're gonna get me early.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Because once our engines get warmed up, we're a little bit better. But I think it takes a good nutrition regimen. It has to be, let the food be your medicine and the medicine be your food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what my dad used to say, and he's pretty much right because. Supplements help too. I don't take money. I like to juice. I like to do the Green Monster, which is a kale, spinach, celery, cucumber, ginger root, and red apple, and some lime. To me, it's my favorite one because it gives me the most energy, and it helps your muscles. As far as strength training tests show that darker green vegetables rate higher in strength training tests as opposed to like red meat and chicken and stuff. So.
Let me jump just a little bit off the grid, I guess, or something edgy or something. If there schools are coming up, there's a bunch of new schools nowadays, man. I remember when I started, there was just just nothing, but now there's people coming out of it's like Bigfoot coming out of the forest, man. They come out. I don't know if they're legit. I don't know if they're actually just saw a seminar online. I've heard it all. Throughout my years, I've had fakes. I've had some of you guys know who I'm talking about. I've had guys in my school where they were one belt, and all of a sudden somewhere else they're another belt, and they come in, and I mean, I've had them all. I mean, what do you think of schools cross training with each other? Like, I mean,
Man,
I know there's a lot of jealousy out there, man. People like, no, don't go over there. I know I have a guy down the road. I heard stories from them that, man, don't go over there.
Right, yeah.
They're not allowed to go there. What do you think? What's your opinion, or what's your take on that? Tell me or tell them.
Honestly, right now, I think it's a really good thing to cross train, provided that there's like any relationship, there's a set of basic ethics. Like kind of like what we have here. Like if you train at any one of the Brasa affiliates here, if you sign up with Johnny Cohen me, well, that's your school. If you're going there predominantly with me, but your membership is here, that's how it stays. I like to have just be upfront. Sometimes it can be vague and there can be a miscommunication or no communication, and then you have also, of course, the extreme end where people are like trying to pick off your students and the jealousy thing, like you talked about. There is some of that. I think that comes from insecurity for this age. Back in the day when this guy started, man, I mean, we were like blue belts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was very rare to have like higher belts around or teaching us, and we had to go like to big cities or follow people like Joesph and stuff like that. So it's changed to me in a good way. But like with anything, with any generation, there's something that gets left behind. I think some of that is maybe a little bit of respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that we all need to continue to always breed in our schools and with our relationships with other schools. And there's a little bit, of course, I guess, in any industry, backbiting, or I don't know, whatever you call it, talking behind people's back that are trying to take your school. I guess that happens, right? I mean, people are human.
Humans, that's what I say, humans.
Yeah, people are human. So that happens, and then you have to have an open mind and a bigger heart to say, okay, you know what, man, I'm here for really the love of Jiu-Jitsu, for my health, for my family, to have a long, hopefully a long, healthy life with the people that I love, and do something worthwhile while I'm on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So we have to open up.
Well, this is going to be a little bit funny, but if you have an opportunity to fight somebody here locally, here, I want to talk locally right now. Is there somebody out there, as a nice way, but just somebody that you thought, man, you know what, I want to I know I might be putting you on the spot, but I got several guys. I mean, I can tell you, I got a guy maybe out of Brownsville that had said that he was an elite black belt. And I think I mentioned to you a while ago, and then I bumped into this older gentleman. He's a colonel. He would not lie to me. He told me, that guy came into my restaurant at Los Mecates, and he said, man, I'm an elite black belt. He was talking about, I know Johnny, but he said, no, I'm an elite black. I want to know what an elite black belt. But anyways, let's go back to you. Is there anybody, man, as a
honestly,
game? I don't want to put you on the spot, but
that's cool.
That's part of what I want to do this 2020. I want to make it edgy, real talk. But
I'll put you on the spot.
Yeah.
I would like to go against this guy in a real setting because, one, no matter what, whether as we got closer and closer now, but no matter what throughout the years, like you were the kind of the standard to me. I come down here the first introduction, and people can say whatever they want. Johnny's been here, I think, in my opinion, the longest. I did those interviews and the research, and but you had to go through Joesph, which is not like having an instructor. So pretty much you did it, well, kind of a little bit like I did too. Like we didn't have an instructor per se where we were going to train on. You had to be the lead. You had to tap people out. And back then, and I'll be honest with you, because I did it, I just felt like I had to do it. I had to feel like I had to tap people out and tap on my school and mostly use muscle. But this guy, I mean, he had the technique, the muscle, the conditioning, and I think for me, just to be able to roll with you again now on this level now, like I'm black, but you've been black certainly I think like 6 years longer than me or something like that, right? Anyway, it would be like not just an honor, but to me it tests my mettle. Like not rolling here tests my mettle, but I think maybe if I had a chance to either put on a demonstration or a for fun match or whatever, Brasa style, I would like that, because I think what it shows is that, one, I revere Johnny, I revere his technique and his friendship, but also I think it would show that we're bigger than just us. We want to promote jiu-jitsu and promote Bras, and I think it would be a cool match.
I like the answer. I thought maybe
it's different, right? No,
I thought he maybe say some of these guys are across the street from me. Or,
I really don't have no enemies.
But
no, there's some youngsters out there that like I said.
And speaking about youngsters, I like that. Let's get into the youngsters. What do you think of the old versus the young guys, especially around here? I mean, they want to say, man, let's take you on. I mean, what do you think of the young jiu-jitsu guy versus
they're
Joesph, or the young versus the Johnny, because they're young guys?
No, they're blessed.
I think at our age we should be able to choose. Man, absolutely. You know what? I don't want to get. You know what, dude? I can hardly wake up in the morning, get up my back. But I mean, that happens a lot. But I mean,
I can't believe this guy's admitting this stuff, man. I always thought you were like freaking.
No, I have to be for real, man. I have to be for real. This is real talk. This is a real thing.
Yeah, it's real talk. Good to know. The young guys have like a blessing, because of the ones that went before them. Mm-hmm. Not to say that they should and must show respect, but it's the same thing I always say. Like those guys that went before me, this guy, the guy went before him, people that brought martial arts to say that you have to give a little bit of homage to where we came. But like the new guys, the technique is so evolved, man. Like
it does.
Plus the quality of instruction worldwide, in my opinion. And Johnny would know more because he's been to more places, but at least here in the Valley, the instruction's gotten better. The open mats has helped out a lot. But you're right, you should pick and choose. Like, I pick and choose. People like, hey, you want to wrestle? Yeah, let me remember this guy. Let me get warmed up. You know what I'm saying? It's not out of disrespect, but, I got to pick and choose, how I want to feel the next day también.
Right.
So, the young guys, they always say, are you going to roll today? Are you going to roll today? I say, hey, man, does the coach of the Dallas Cowboys tackle them every day?
Oh, no, let's not get into that cowboy thing. But
I'm hoping they lose. I want Jason Garrett gone. I hope they lose all their games. But anyway, I'm just saying, they're kind of blessed. And I think that the jiu-jitsu now is, technically, I think it's more evolved. I won't say better, because better is relative to where we all are, you know what I'm saying? But it's evolved. They have a blessing, those guys.
Well, let me ask you one more last question, and we'll finish this off. And 2020 is a long year, so I'll get you again. If you had a opportunity or a chance to fight a president of the United States, which president would you fight?
What? The president?
The president of the United States.
Can we get in trouble for saying?
No, you can't get in trouble. I mean, we're local guys. We're nobody. Remember, my thing here is, my title is, I am the nobody. Okay? I am a nobody. Okay. Which president of the United States would you fight?
Man, I'm sorry to piss people off, but I would wipe the floor with Trump's ass, man. I can't stand that dude.
Well, there you go. Anyway, you would fight Trump.
Calling people other I would fight him. I just put it to you that way. I don't want to go into detail, but anyway,
we don't have to go into.
That's my answer.
Anyways, guys, thank you again, and I thank Joesph here for sitting down and taking some time to do this little interview and a little story. And like I said, 2020 is a long year, and we're gonna get him again because obviously I have more stuff, and I want to ask some edgy stuff.
It's fun. We should do a bunch of these.
Other than that, again, guys, I hope you guys watch. I'm gonna have some my email, and I'm gonna have some little contacts where you guys can voice your own opinions. Maybe preferably if you have any negative, it would be great. I mean, like I said, I've said before, enemies are great for me. In my case, I love enemies. I'd rather have an enemy than, I mean, sometimes all friends are not friends; they're just acquaintances. But anyways, again, thank you again, guys, and I thank Joesph for being here. Okay, thank you.
Awesome.